Hello, Professor and everyone. I'm Guo Haokun. I'm here to finish the second video question in homework 3. So let's get started. The question 2 had two sub-questions. The first one is find and draw the probability density function of x and the probability distribution function of x. Well, since we had no x is uniform in A and B, so it is very easy for us to imagine the probability density function. So it is just a line, but just from A to B, so just like this image. So the formula of probability density of x just like this, when x is larger and equals to A and smaller and equals to B, the value of the probability density of x is equals to 1 over B minus A, and otherwise this value is equals to 0. And talking about the probability distribution function, well, we can just make the derivative from the distribution function to the density function. So there are just two k value in this formula and image. When x is equals to A, the value of the distribution function is equals to 0, and when x is equals to B, the value of this distribution function is equals to 1, and it is just a line for this function. So we can have this one. When x is smaller than A equals to 1, and when x is larger and equals to A and smaller and equals to 1, the value of the distribution function is equals to 1 over B minus A times x minus A. And otherwise, when x is larger than B, so it's just the value of 1. So that's the first question. The second one is, now given A is equals to -1, B is equals to 3, find and draw the probability density function of y and probability distribution function of y, and find the expected value of y. Well, consider that we had know that y is equals to 2 power of x, and consider that the x is just between -1 to 3. So first of all, we need to calculate the root of this function. We can get this result that when y is smaller than 0 and y is larger than 9, the probability density function of y is equals to 0. So the value of y is just between y equals to 0 and y equals to 9. So there are some conditions. The first one is when y is larger and equals to 0 and smaller than 1. So we can calculate the function of gx, which is y is equals to 2 power of x. So we can have the root that x is equals to positive and negative root of y. There are two roots in this range. So we can calculate the density function of y is equals to just the density function of x over each root of the value that the derivative result of gx, and we need calculate the absolute value of the gx distribution function value. So we in this two root, we plot the result of this two root, we can get the result. So after the calculation, we can finish the result of the density function of y is equals to 1 over 4 times the root of y. And the second question, and the second one, the second condition is that when y is larger than 1 and smaller than 9, we can just calculate there are one root in this range. So just like the way we had done in the first range, we can finish the calculate that the value of density function of y is equals to 1 over 8 times the root of y. Sorry. So the overall result of this, the two function of y, just like this. So we write this, we can get this view of this two function. And to draw the image of this two function, it's very easy, just like this. The last question is to find the expected value of y. So we can just put the value of about the formula of y into the formula, and I think the result is just we can calculate the sum from 0 to infinite, and the density function of y times y. So we can finish the calculate, get the result of this value is equals to 7 over 3.